Hello and welcome you to my video classes on water harvesting and conservation, right? And myself Vishwanath Tauti, Assistant Professor, Department of Civil Engineering, Jain College of Engineering, Belagavi. So now in this water harvesting and conservation topic, we are discussing in this video mainly about rainwater harvesting techniques related to urban area. So in this we are mainly in last videos and last class we discussed what are the rainwater harvesting techniques, various techniques related to rural area, because it had some limitations and some advantages. Based on that we had provided the spreading methods of rainwater harvesting. So here also some limitations as well as advantages are there based on the requirement of the condition. We are going for different techniques. We'll see one by one. First, we'll understand why it is required different techniques. So one condition is what in urban area needs to be designed in a such a way that it does not occupy large space. So one main important requirement is that it should not occupy large space. If you take farm pond and percolation tank, chuck dams, they will take more large area. But here in urban area we required very small structures because of small space available in most of the area. So next is rainwater available from rooftop, paved, unpaved area need to be harvested. So here mainly we are collecting the water from rooftop, because in urban area we have a houses, dense houses, and the catchment area is what? Rooftop. Next catchment area is paved road, and remaining small portion of unpaved road. So these are the some source of water, right? Then quantity of water comparatively small. So because of small catchment areas, for example rooftop, so we are adopting nearby the houses and within the houses or nearby houses or some portion of roadside. So it means that we are getting small quantity of water because of small catchment area. For example, in rural area we are getting more water from the vast area of agriculture as well as villages, but here we are focusing small areas within the layout or within the house or within the compound of the house. So when you are taking the water within the compound of the house, then you are getting very small quantity of water because of small structure of the rainwater harvesting. Then urbanization has a result of shrinking of open space, as we know, right? Because of the developmental activities in the name of advancement and development, what we are making impervious area to pervious area to impervious area by construction activities, right? But what actually it happening, it causing flooding of cities during the rainy season. Flooding of cities during the rainy season. Why? Because there is no infiltration losses. As we studied human interference in water balance, right? We compared the both the condition when undeveloped and developed areas. So in undeveloped area, right, we had a surface runoff only 10% out of total precipitation, but in urban area, out of total precipitation, almost 50 to 60% of water was surface runoff because of less infiltration, less evaporation. So that's what causing flood during the rainy season. And even it has the impact of water scarcity and groundwater depletion during the non-availability of water. Water scarcity, non-availability or inadequate availability of water, and even using more groundwater, it causing the depletion of groundwater. And due to the depletion of groundwater, whatever we have voids, right? For example, in coastal areas, for example, one of the major problem in coastal urban areas like Chennai, Mumbai, right? So many cities are there nearby the coastal areas, right? So due to the coastal area using a more fresh water, you can see in a second image here, it is a cross section of the some area. So in this we have a fresh water, and it is a barrier of entrance of salt water, zone of dispersion. So this is what zone of dispersion, it prevents the water entering or salt water entering towards the fresh water. But when we are using this water with the help of borewell, and we are not making proper infiltration or proper replenishment of the fresh water, so what happens, the salt water enters to fresh water, and freshwater aquifers will become salt water aquifers. So the main intention is we have to reduce the water salinity or saline intrusion, means entrance of the salt water. So why water is entering? Because of the emptiness. So why emptiness is causing? Because of more use of water and depletion of groundwater table toward the deeper of the earth. So next, so these are some requirement. Based on this only we have to select. So one condition is it should be a small size, and water should be collected from rooftop, paved area and unpaved area, and small water quantity will be there, and some problems to overcome these kind of problems, right? So we can overcome these both problem. One is water scarcity as well as flood, we can reduce by these kind of water harvesting techniques, and very very effective, and most of the cities they are following these kind of techniques, mainly in developed countries. Mainly in developed country they are environment consciousness, and because of that they are adopting very nicely, and these kind of things we needed to adopt in developing countries like India. So we'll see one by one, and first we'll see list. So list of various techniques. Many techniques are there based on the availability of material and based on the availability of expertise and knowledge. We have some few method. So one is very basic method. It will be available, this method is adopted in rural area as well as in urban area. Some of the cities they are making mandatory to adopt rooftop method. For example, Chennai. In Chennai, they are, as per the rules and regulation, every house has to adopt rooftop method, right? So next we have bioretention cell. Next, rain garden, green roofs, infiltration trench, permeable pavement, rain barrel, rooftop disconnection, vegetative swells, and urban wetlands. So these all not available, not easily adopted in all the places, based on the financial condition and based on the availability material, based on the expertise. Right, some method we can adopt, right, based on the conditions. But these are the some methods where we are adopting in urban areas. So we'll see one by one. Very basic, right? We know what to mean by rooftop method, right? So here mainly we are collecting water on the rooftop of the house or slab of the house. After that we are providing the coarse mesh. And why we are using the coarse mesh? Because to remove the floating materials like plastic, paper, leaves of the plant. So to remove we are using the coarse mesh. So then we are using the this connection, piping connection or conduits, to carry water from the higher level to lower elevation or lower on the ground. Then we are providing the filter to remove the suspended particles, dissolved particles, right? So then we are storing underground tank, right, to use it, or even we are making groundwater recharge. This is what entirely called as rooftop method. And whatever some methods are there now, so same method we are adopt, only the change is how to use the water. Mainly this will focus on how to use water. For example, here in this we are using the water as a storage, underground storage. So in this underground storage is there, right? So here we are using underground storage, and this is what one of the water harvesting techniques, mainly in a urban area. But similarly we can provide a trench here, even we can provide some swells, right? Even we can provide some other methods also. So you understood, I think, right? Very basic, and it is you can adopt in all the places like developing countries and developed countries and even rural area. As I told, in some of the states like Tamil Nadu, Uttar Pradesh, they are telling that every house has to adopt rainwater harvesting to overcome the water shortage and flooding problems, right? So now we will see next method, bioretention cell. So it is what bioretention cell you quite common in some of the corporate companies or some of the hotels for the aesthetic appearance as well as the good water management techniques, right? So what do you mean by this bioretention cell? It is like a just excavation, right? For example, how we are providing the gutters, similarly unlined gutters we are providing, but it is what filled with engineering soil as well as gravel. See here you can see them stretch, right? So here we'll read it, right? Bioretention cell are the landscaped depression that captures and infiltrates stormwater runoff. See here, capturing of rainwater as well as infiltration of stormwater runoff from impervious surface. Impervious surface means even from the side they will collect the water. Even from the side they will collect the water, and they will capture. After the capturing, even you can see in the first image that blue color arrows are shown to capture the water and how it is flowing towards the bioretention cell, right? So they are used to reduce the water pollution as well as runoff volume, right? I think you want like no, it is what just a landscape or just a structure. So how it is structured? Depression means some excavation has taken and it is filled with engineering soil as well as gravels and plantation of some plantation, right, like a garden. So then it is catching and making the infiltration as well as storage, right? So then outlet is necessary to ensure proper drainage and often drain into the storm sewer. Why? Because drainage is required, because it has some capacity based on the inflow, right, and based on the capacity even outflow is there, right? So we have to provide excess amount of water has to be removed. For example, we studied the new tank project, right? In the new tank we constructing doubled, but we are providing surplus wear. Why we are providing surplus wear? We know some capacity of the tank is there, but if the inflow is more than the storage capacity, then we have to remove excess amount of water. So here also we have to remove excess amount of water by providing proper drainage. And why we are providing the drainage? Because to remove excess amount of water, right? So they provide a storage, infiltration and evaporation, both direct rainfall and runoff capture from surrounding. See, even direct rainfall will be there on the structures, right? So here also it will catch, and even from the surrounding areas it will catch, right? So I'll just repeat, bioretention means it is just a structure, a depression, and it is filled with soil, engineering soil, a layer of the soils and gravel, right? And even it is planted, then it will collect the from directly from the structure rainfall, and even it is surface runoff from the surrounding, right? And it allows the storage, infiltration and evaporation, and one of the good method for aesthetic appearance as well as a good looking. Next technique we will see. So next technique is rain garden. So rain garden, even you can see in the image, this is what how we can construct the rain garden around our house, right? Good condition, even we can make the environment balance, right? So even you'll see cross section how it is affecting because of some slope, because of some flow towards the lower slope, water will come and water will store here, and due to the infiltration even water has harvested, right? And as I told, comparatively for impervious area like a road or impervious area like a concrete road or flexible road, right? So they won't allow the infiltration of water. Kind if you maintain the garden, even we can maintain soil erosion and even water infiltration, because garden or trees or grass will act as a barrier and it reduces the surface runoff, and when you are reducing the surface runoff it causes the infiltration, right? So just very simple, like it is just like a garden in front of our house. And why you are maintaining garden? Because of good condition as well as it affects on the flow of water. When velocity is reducing, then infiltration will takes place, and even indirectly we are maintaining the soil erosion, so where we can prevent the pollution of water also. Yes, conservation means what? Protection for the water or protection of stored water to maintain in a good condition, right? Now we will see next method, green roofs, right? Quite common in some of the developed countries like Singapore, right? Why? Because they have some water problem, because it is surrounded by sea and very less storm water, like no less fresh water condition is there, and they are adopting these kind of techniques to reduce the pollution. And actually it is one of the good method but not effective method in developing countries. Why? Because you can see in the image, first image, here it is what normal traditional method of tradition of rooftop, like normal roof. But what actually we are making garden on the roof, right? So what happens when rainfall is taking place on the garden, right? Instead of direct discharge or quick discharge towards the sewer, right, it will prevent and it will store under the root zone of the grass or root zone of the garden. Then it allows the slow process of the water. When it is getting slow water towards the stream can manage properly, and even it reduces the load on the treatment plant. So that's what it is, what detention detention storage or retention storage. It will gives the water as a slow process, and it will increase the evaporation losses. And even after, like, no, it is like it acts like a filter also. And even you can collect this water as a in a tank, right? And it is environment balancing condition, and it reduces the pollution of water, and even it provides the storage also, right? And even it is known as rooftop garden, right? It is also known as rooftop garden, right? So next we will see next method, infiltration trenches. Very important, very good method on the either side of the road, right? Either side of the road. We'll see what you mean by infiltration trench. So infiltration trench are narrow ditches filled with gravel and interruption runoff from the unsloped impervious area, sorry, upslope impervious area. So I'll explain. It is what a ditch, it is means excavation. You can see here it is excavation. So in the excavation, instead of, like, no, providing open excavation, so what they made, they filled with gravel, they filled with sand and small stones. You can see in this is what infiltration trenches either side of the road. So what happens here, when water is coming from the road upslope, when water is coming from the upslope, it will flow towards here and it will make groundwater recharge, right? And it is, we can replace gutters or some other, like, no, alternative solution to collect the storm water by this method. And here it is applicable only where we have a quantity of rainfall is less, and when we have a less water, easily we can capture and we can make infiltration of rainfall runoff, right? So we'll see next method, permeable pavement. Permeable, or you may heard about the porous pavement, right? Porous pavement. So here also permeable pavement or porous pavement. Actually it is like a concrete, it is also concrete, but what we are making non-strong concrete, like impervious concrete. We are providing some voids, right, where water can pass through it by like a filtering member, or you can call a sponge. So even sponge is a structure, right? So when you pour water on the sponge, it will allows the flow through it, right? Similarly, not like a sponge, right? Even it concrete has some strength, but we are providing some openings inside the concrete, right? And even we are maintaining all the engineering strength and engineering requirement of the structure, but only it is allows the flow of water. That's what it is called as porous pavement or permeable pavement, right? And even you can, this kind of structure we can provide in where we have a parking area, less wheel load, where we have a less wheel load impact. So there we can provide these kind of structures. So we are maintaining good condition, as well as we are allowing the infiltration of water through porous, right? So even you can see here it is a permeable concrete blocks. So concrete blocks are there. You can see here it is a concrete blocks, T-shaped concrete blocks, but in between the concrete block we have small small openings. So these small openings are called as block paver, permeable block paver, right? So it allows the infiltration, and mainly it is what dealing with the storm water or surface runoff, right? Next we will see next method, rain barrel. So rain barrel, like, no, just it is like a rooftop method. Instead of groundwater recharge, we are storing the water on the ground. And even in a rooftop method, we are storing under the ground like a cisterns. But here what we are making, we are collecting from rooftop, same method as a rooftop method. But instead of storing underground, or instead of making the infiltration, what we are making, we are collecting in a barrel. You can see in the image how we are collecting. It is what, conduits. Next, after the conduits, filter is provided. After the filter, water is stored in the barrel. Then you can use water with the tap, and even we can remove overflow of water. With proper with proper maintenance, right? So why we are adopting this method? Because in many countries like arid countries, like some Arabic countries and some desert countries, right, they have a restriction to use the water for gardening. Only they are providing water for drinking water and cloth, some other main necessary, but they have a restriction on gardening, right? To use the water for garden. So even in that place we can use the storm water and you can collect it and you can use for garden, right? And even if you have a like no if you have a very expensive cost of water, right? For example, some Arabian countries, they have very less water and they like no it is like how we are purchasing the petrol, similarly they are purchasing water. So in that condition, if it is a very expensive water, then water can stored in rain barrel, and with some small filtration, with the help of small filtration, we can use water for drinking also and even for household use, right? So rain barrel means what? Just it is collecting the water on the surface with the barrel, right? And we are storing the water in barrel, and when we have a problem of water, then that condition we are using this water, stored water, right? So next we will see next method, vegetative swells. Vegetative swells. So vegetative swells like same infiltration trenches, but here it is what? Continuous. They are either side of the road. We can provide continuously like a drainage networks. You can see here it is a road, and in between the road some small openings are there, right? So here, and it is like no non-pervious, and even it is not excavated, not fully excavated, small excavated, like a side drainage. So here you can see small check dams are constructed, right? Small check dams with the locally available stones and even with the permanent structure like with the concrete, right? Vegetative swells are the bored shallow, not a deep. But what about the infiltration trench? Infiltration trench was very deep comparatively. Shallow channel topped with vegetation, also known as bioswells. Also known as bioswells. Swells are designed to slow runoff, promote infiltration. So what is the main importance of swell? Swell is what? Mainly constructed for slow runoff and promote infiltration. Promote infiltration. They slow down the conveyance of collection runoff and allows the it more time to infiltrate to the native soil beneath it. See here, whatever water we are collecting in surrounding area, within surrounding area only we are in making the infiltration. For example, you can see in second image, water is collecting in this area. So within this area only we are making infiltration of it with the help of some check dams, right? So it allows the water to infiltrate, and very good method where we have less flow of traffic, and even where you have more area, like no you can call any extension areas where we require good environmental condition. This kind of method we can adopt either side of the road, and where we have like no non high peak rainfall, we have where medium rainfall, this kind of structure we can provide, and maintenance is required to avoid the overflow on the road. Maintenance is also required to avoid the overflow on the road or blocking of roads, right? So we'll see next method, urban wetlands. So we know wetland, right? Wetland means what? It is a like a lake, small lake. But mostly wetlands are considered from soil moisture. Wetland means what? It is a marshland. For example, paddy agriculture. Paddy agriculture is a wetland method of agriculture. Why? Because some depth of moisture will be there and some depth of water storage will be there on the surface. So we can call wetland means where it will start, the land surface starts from soil moisture condition to 1.5 to 2 meter of depth of water. 2 meter depth of water. So why they're taking 2 meter depth of water? Because in that range we can see plantations, we can see growing of some plantations, even growing of some plants or grass. So in that range only it is called as a wetland, where it provides the hostage or some place for mammals, birds, in like no, some other species, right? Environmental species, right? It is called as wetlands. But here where you have some like no marshland in a construction, nearby construction activity, so instead of making it too impervious, we are allowing natural condition and we are constructing small wetlands. Even you can see in the second image, right? In a developed place, at the side of the developed place they allowed water storage with a form of lake, a small pond, and this pond is called as urban wetland. So urban wetland is a patch of land that develops pool of water after the rainstorm. Wetlands are vital rainwater harvesting technique in a place, right? So I think just I'll explain. Wetland means what? From soil moisture
some small moisture to some depth of water. And what is the depth of water? 1.5 to 2 meter. Why they are taken? Because there you can see the plantation growth or some trees development, and it is a very important, and it is a bioretention place where you can manage human activities or balancing the water conditions, right? So urban wetland means artificial lakes. Just you can understand artificial lake, and even it makes the good looking and aesthetic appearance with the nature condition. You can feel it is a natural, and it will use the some of the healing process, right? Wetlands provide wide variety of ecosystem service to the cities. See, you can see wetlands provides wide varieties of ecosystem service to the cities, from flooding protection to drinking water. And even we can make some walking in that place, and you will feel that no, we are in the environment, or we are the inside the biodiversity area, right? So it gives very good aesthetic as well as environmental condition, and it balances the human activity with nature, right? So thank you for watching these videos. If you have any suggestion, you can give suggestion in a comment box.